I have like two moonshots. The first one is Tesla, the air quality company. So you're like, oh, Dogecoin, they're making money out of thin air. Well, guess what? Tesla's gonna make money out of thin air in a new way. They're gonna make clean air. Like in China, I read this survey. Okay, I gotta give a shout out to like, I think his name's Andrew, but this hyperchanger I was scheming with that just had like so many awesome schemes. But okay, there's a study, Denver, 250 mile, or I think it's like less than a quarter mile from the highway. Your likelihood of cancer goes up 6x, leukemia 8x if you're next to a highway because of all the emissions that come out of cars, right? So we know cars have tailpipe emissions, but their tires also have huge emissions. And so what is Tesla doing right now? Their Model S and X have these crazy hospital-grade filters. Also, the Model 3 and Y, they're gonna move that to these best air filters. And if you hear Elon, one of the Joe Rogans, he's like, yo, we wanna do that smart AC, we're gonna save energy, da-da-da. But we're also gonna filter your air. Like, look at the vents. Like, everyone who has vents in their house, like, you're like, where did that vent go? Like, how much dust is in there? It's probably gross, and you're breathing that, right? So I think a lot of research will come out about how much air quality matters, and Tesla will become the air quality company because in your car, they're already controlling this little atmosphere with the super bottle, the octo valve, you know, da-da-da. They have this amazing air filter to make it so when you're driving on the road, you're not polluting, which is kind of greasy that everyone else's pollution goes into your car. Another reason I hate ice whips, but they're cleaning it and they're saving it. And so in China, they're pushing for this heavily because in China, there's so much pollution here that it's so important to be able to have that, especially when you're on the road, that you need to be able to protect that. And so now the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. I would say 8 billion of us are all breathing in crappy quality air. 50 years from now, this will be thought of as a problem, the public health perception will catch up, and we will realize that there is a massive public health cost to us not having clean air. And there's I don't know, like I'm OCD about my health, right? Everyone's like juice cleansing or whatever. Like, dude, you're gonna wanna breathe clean air. Everyone's like in LA trying to be healthy, like walking next to the car that's just polluting, right? It's like, okay, so what's gonna happen next is I think Tesla will move from like everything they're doing in the car. Okay, it's a way to consume, store, produce energy sustainably. Now your house is a way to consume, store, produce energy sustainably. And we're gonna filter the air in that box. So how many kids with asthma? How many, like, you know, I actually grew up with asthma and I had to have like this like tube thing every night when I went to bed, and it was just like it sucked, honestly. Like it was whack. And so luckily I don't have asthma anymore, but it's like, okay, so I think Tesla will, how much value is that? So I think there's a huge benefit to our health that will come out in research about breathing clean air, and Tesla is already building the technology, is already scheming on the future home with this hospital-grade air filtration system. And so, dude, this is gonna be absolutely epic. I think Tesla will make a huge business out of cleaning air in, oh, Mars. Everyone's saying, oh, you gotta do it for Mars too. Yeah, we gotta do it for Mars too. We gotta clean the air, make sure the air is super filtered if we're recycling all the same air in Mars or on our spaceship on the way to Mars or whatever. So much opportunity with Tesla, the air quality company. Another minutia, and I'm like, I kinda wanna make a Moonshot Monday before I just rant on it live, but why not? We just gotta keep the scheme going, right? So, tire pollution. This Andrew guy, he got me scheming so hard yesterday. Okay, apparently tires and all this other stuff kick up stuff that's like 0.25 microns or something. I don't know, I need some help researching this. But basically, there's all this pollution from tires. And we're cutting down rubber trees to make tires. The way we recycle them, there's no good way to recycle them. Like, tires are a huge problem. The more you look into it, it's a multi-billion-dollar opportunity, but also a huge problem, and it's extremely carbon intensive to make, to replace, and they're emitting these emissions, not just tailpipe emissions, but road emissions. So how do we change the tire? Elon Musk, you got the world's best materials team with SpaceX. You're developing that aluminum with the stamping, with the Cybertruck, with the steel. Okay, so let's get the Tesla and SpaceX team to come up with a new tire, the Tesla tire, a new type of sustainable rubber that's compostable, that we don't have to cut down rubber trees, that's synthetic. You know, this could be a multi-billion-dollar opportunity and make the air cleaner and just be more sustainable. And if you're gonna vertically integrate and totally change transportation and make it the best way for the future, I think reinventing the tire is a huge opportunity, and sustainably doing the vegan, maybe it won't be vegan, but okay, rubber's already synthetic. See, I'm talking a little bit a little bit ahead here because I haven't like fully researched this, but I don't know, you can look into it, but I'm very certain that a point of innovation and a pain point in the simulations perception of vehicles and why they're not perfect for the world is the rubber. So I think that Tesla could come up with, and their material science team could come up with a new way to create better ways for, or better wheels for cars that get replaced less often, that are no compromises, that have a lower carbon impact, and don't put up these micro like dilution bits. Anyway, maybe that's the Illuminati theory, but quiet tires as well. Oh, that's another good one. That's another point of the tire thing. Thank you, Donnie. So Tesla's all about the sound system, making the ride the quietest. So if tires are quieter, that's also good for like the user experience. So there's lots of like levels of how the tire, and it's like if I don't have to change my tires, it's a liability if I haven't changed my tires in a while. So there's lots of layers to why the dope tire, to why the tire is like a kind of awesome point for innovation.